Have your attention, please. The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
My name is Ace Guzman.
Well, guys, my name is Rich Guzman.
And welcome to Ace and Rich Live.
Yes, happy to be here. And are you ready to get started?
We are getting started.
Let's go.
We're doing the intro, okay?
All right, let's go.
I know what's up with you.
I'm ready for the content.
All right, well, we can't dive into the content without asking them a question first.
All right, okay, cool.
All right. So I'm going to start out with this one question, and you might have saw the post, in the promo about what we're going to talk about today. And the question is basically, how many clients do you think you need in order to fire your boss, quit your job? How many clients do you think you actually need?
How many clients do you need, guys? Put it in the chat.
Clients is really the same thing as customers,
Yeah,
too,
customers,
especially if you're in
prospects,
affiliate marketing. Like, how many customers do you think it is going to take for you to fire your boss and actually be full-time, working from home, living the lifestyle, right? Do you actually need to quit your job? Think about that. Put it in the chat. Let me
In the
look at
chat,
the chat.
guys. How many clients do you think you need? How many clients do you think you need?
This is interesting because people have different numbers,
Right on. You know what? Let me get my phone.
Yeah.
Because you're doing something over there, and I want to make sure I can see the comments over here. All right. Going in right now.
Come on, guys, participate. Most people think that they need about 100 people, okay, to actually fire their boss.
Yeah, I mean, Francis says 14 all-in sales.
14 all-in sales.
Yeah, 14
She got real
all-in
specific,
sales. Yeah,
didn't
she
she?
got really specific on that. So let me say this, guys. What if I told you that the reason that you're stuck is not really the lack of clients, it's more the lack of focus, okay? And I want to prove it to you. I'm going to prove it to you right now, here, tonight, okay? Now, I want to think about, like, your life, your bills,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And offer price equals sales needed, all right? So bills plus offer price, number of sales needed, all right? I'm not going to leave you in the dark. I'm going to give you an example, all right? So let's say your mortgage is $3,000 a month, right? And your offer gives you a commission of $1,000. All you need is just 3 clients. That's it. 3 clients.
And somebody said 14?
Yep. It's just, it's the mindset and how people look at things.
Yes.
When they're running their business.
Yes.
Because
we used to think that way ourselves.
Yeah.
Like, we thought when we first started with affiliate marketing, we needed 100 clients. And what we're sharing with you is from our thought processes in the very beginning when we first got started. Everything looked like, too far ahead. Like, oh my God, we have to go find all these people now. And in order for us to fire our boss, we have to get like hundreds of thousands of people. No, we realize you really don't even need that many.
Yeah, and you know what? The good thing about this, looking at it from that perspective, that it doesn't create overwhelm. Okay, this kills overwhelm instantly.
Yes.
So you don't have to worry about thinking like, oh my God, I need so many people, right?
No.
It's not about that.
Yeah.
It's about looking at your bills, plus your offer, and how many customers do you think you need?
Right, and not just any offer, the right offer.
Right, the right offer. So again, Francis said, all-ins, right? 14 all-ins.
Right.
Believe it or not, all you really need is 3 all-ins, right? That's just the beginning. That's how you think. That's how you get really focused without the overwhelm.
Yes,
All right?
absolutely.
So a lot of people really make it more than what it's really out to be, and it really isn't. It's just simple activities, simple processes that really help you move forward so you're not feeling overwhelmed. Because that's one of the things that really killed this business. A lot of people just get overwhelmed, and we don't want people to feel overwhelmed. We want it to be very, very simple, because this business can be very, very simple. If you complicate it, it'll be very, very difficult.
Yeah,
Okay?
especially with all that you have to do in your day, right? That can be very overwhelming as well because you have to balance your life as well as your business time. And you think that you have to have all these people that are going to help you,
Yeah.
retire early, that kind of a thing, but you really don't.
Think about this, okay? Let's get into another question. This is great because I want you guys to participate.
Yeah.
And you guys are watching us on YouTube, answer the questions in the comments.
What's the next
okay?
question?
Be a participator, not a spectator.
Yeah, let's give them
Now,
the next question.
Let's get to the next question is, everybody talks about side hustles, right? Everybody's like, oh, join this side hustle, that side hustle. But why is it that a lot of people fail side hustles, right? Okay, I really want to break down for you why the majority of people fail with side hustles, all right? Because everybody gets excited about when you talk about side hustles, but a lot of people just don't make it, right? They get started and they quit. But the unfortunate reality, before I give you the answer, the unfortunate reality is, what do you think? What do you think is that unfortunate reality?
Because for everybody, it's going to be a different reason.
Why do you think most side hustles fails? Why? Why do you think it fails? Let us know in the comments and also here on the live.
Be brutally honest.
Yeah.
Be brutally honest and put in there, like, why do you think that most side hustles fail? Or people who actually call their business a side hustle, why do you think they're not moving any further ahead or getting forward as far as moving the needle closer to success?
Yeah. Why do you think the majority
Look
of
at the chat.
people fail with side hustles? Okay? So before I give you the answer, I want you guys to participate and leave it in the comments, but also here in Facebook as well.
Right, right.
Okay? Let me know. Let's take a look here. Alrighty here. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? She just hopped on. Michelle.
Oh, they're on the phone.
They're on the
That's why they can't
road.
text. They're on the road. We
Gotcha.
understand. Drive safely, please.
Yes, don't look at the video, just answer.
Just listen and drive safely.
Have somebody else
Speakerphone.
type the answer.
Yeah, speakerphone. Yeah. Hustles are part-time, and part-time doesn't work, and they aren't serious. That's why they fail.
Okay. That's a good attempt at trying to answer that question, but here's the truth and the reality of why most people fail with side hustles. It's because they quit too early. And me and Ace talked about this plenty of times in some past previous lives that we've done. We talked about that when people actually get going in their business, they're grinding for a while, and right when they're about to strike gold, right? Or right when they're about to find that diamond, they walk away.
They throw in the towel.
Yep, they walk away. And
They
we're
do.
just about to have a great breakthrough.
Yes.
It happens a lot, actually.
It
In
does.
this industry,
It really does. And some of the best people it happens to because, they do work hard, but the thing is that mindset is still a problem and it's still jacked up and it needs to be, refined and sharpened to be sharper than where it's at, because if something as little as, a little hiccup or a little bump in the road in the journey bothers you emotionally, you're going to think more with emotion than you actually think logically about your business.
Right.
And we all know that emotions and business don't mix.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And that's another reason why
Yep.
people fail in their side hustles, because they treat it like a side hustle. They aren't really all in, are they?
Well,
It's mentally, physically, emotionally, they're not like all in.
Well, it's more because they expect things to be a certain way, and when they don't get the instant results that they expected, that's when they decide to jump ship, right? They decide to quit and give up on themselves. I say give up on themselves because that's what they're doing, is they're giving up on themselves. They need to have a little bit more patience to understand the skill sets of marketing, and we talked about that before too.
Yeah, see?
In a last
Our
live.
viewers are saying, that was me. I walked away at the wrong time. See, there you go.
It happens.
So you learned a valuable lesson there, didn't you?
Yeah.
Right? Never again, right, Francis? Never again.
Yeah, and we're talking about also stay-at-home dads, stay-at-home moms. You know what I mean? They try these side hustles, but they just quit too early. You know what I mean? And
Right.
it's
And we
sad
all know
because
there's too many of them.
Yeah, they have a lot of potential.
They do.
So let me ask you this question, okay? Here's another question. I want you guys again to participate. I love this type of content because we're working together here, right? We're learning, we're growing. And also, you could have some aha moments this evening that when you look at your business after tonight, it's not going to look the same way again, right? So let's look at this next question, okay? And the question I want to ask you is, would you rather chase 100 people who don't really want what you have, or 3 people who are ready to say yes today?
Oh, I love that question.
That's a good question.
What do
right?
you think? Post it in the chat.
Would you rather chase 100 people who don't really want what you have to offer, right? Or 3 people who are ready to say yes today? Put it in the comments. Put it here also on Facebook on the live.
Let me see.
And let us know what the answer is. What would you rather have? 100 people who are just not really interested in what you have to offer? Or 3 people who are ready to say yes starting today?
What do you think it is?
This is good, guys. This is good. Good stuff.
Come on, Francis.
Let's break it down. Come on.
She
Say
says 3 people who are ready to say yes today and mean yes.
Absolutely.
Good answer.
Absolutely.
That is the answer.
This is so important to understand because, you know, as long as we've been in this business since 2008, I can tell you, we've been through so many prospects over the years. We've made, I'm talking thousands and thousands and thousands of sales, that only the few are the ones that last the longest. You know, it goes back to that 80-20 principle. You know, you always have 20% that actually see it and understand it for what it is. But unfortunately, the 80%ers, we like to call, is that they just don't have the entrepreneur mindset. And this is why, again, we go back to quitting early, right? And it's just very unfortunate.
I had this discussion today with one of our team members, actually, who's going through something very, very difficult. And we all are going through difficult times, right? But the thing is, if you have a pattern of doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, that's the definition of insanity. And that's what's happening right now with people, is if they don't get the results that they think that they are working hard towards, when they actually can't be brutally honest that they're really not working hard, and I'll explain that in a minute. You know, you can't blame the system, you can't blame the program for yourself, for your reason for quitting. It's actually you. You have to take responsibility for the things that you didn't do or aren't doing, compared to others who are winning in this game.
Absolutely.
And are putting and pulling their weight. They're pulling their own weight.
Absolutely.
So what I mean by, you know, what if you're working hard or doing what you need to do, like let's take posting content, for example. I have a 90-day content marketing challenge. People all have access to it in our program. The ones that do it and are consistent regardless of the circumstances, no matter how small their audience is on their social media accounts, they're going to keep going and going and going, but they're doing it with the blinders on. They're focused on, I got to get this content out. I got to get this content out. Meanwhile, you have the other people that are the 20%ers that don't want to do it, or they just make excuses.
Well, they expect the audience to come to them without doing the work.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
That doesn't exist.
Exactly.
So, you know, the great thing about it is I'm seeing people who are taking this challenge and they're starting to see their audience start to pay attention to them.
They are.
Right? It's great. And before they're like, hey, where's everybody been all along?
Right.
It's because you haven't shown up.
Exactly.
Right? So
exactly.
I want to dive into what we just asked a little bit more deeper because, you know, how do we really find those 3 diamonds versus trying to find the 100 wannabes, okay? How do we do that? Well, we have to really focus on the messaging, right? We have to be very niche specific of, you know, who we're targeting when it comes to your business. Now, I was just coaching a client the other day on this, how it's important to understand your messaging, and your message must match your market.
Yes.
Your market is your niche. It's people in a specific niche. If you don't understand your niche, if you don't understand, you know, who you're talking to, your message is just going to skate right by them.
Right.
And they're not going to listen or pay attention because your message is not matching what someone is searching for or what someone is looking for. So that's why we don't want to be generalized. We want to be more specific on what our communications are. So when we're speaking, you know, let's say like on a live right now, like what we're doing, we're speaking to a particular type of person, okay? Yeah, we'll get a lot more people watching live and stuff like that, but we're always speaking to one individual through this lens on the camera. That's what's very important, okay? And I want you to get that because I want you to start thinking that way when you create content. Don't think of it as like you're, going out to everybody all at once. It's always one person at a time watching you.
Right.
And you want to make sure that message match the market, have that conversation, and it's always with one person. That's how you find those 3 diamonds that you're looking for instead of 100 people who just, want to be marketers, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So let's go over to let's see here, another question, okay? You want to take the next question?
So, I mean, you pretty much talked on a lot of context, but now we need to start showing them exactly how many sales, like let's do the math because numbers don't lie, right? So let's do the math. How many sales, would you need to replace your job? Now, this is something we talk about even during our consults when we do our one-on-one calls and we meet new people all the time. We say, how many sales do you really need to quit your job? We want to find out where people's financial thermostats are at, but also they need to know their offer so well that how many sales is it going to take for you in order to quit your job? Like I knew how many sales it took for us in order to fire our boss back in 2016, right? And yours 2017, okay? But how many sales with your current offer, no matter what program, please don't drop any links in the chat or anything like that, or what company you're with. We want to know just the number of sales. What would it take to quit your job? How many sales do you need, you, in your offer to quit your job? Let's see if you know your stuff really well. Because if you don't, what goal do you have when it comes to meeting your quota, right? Because we are in sales, ladies and gentlemen, so we need to make sure we know those numbers in order to literally go, okay, that's the goal I need to be at the end of the month or at the end of 90 days, okay? Or at the end of the year. You need to be knowing this number. So go ahead and post it in the chat. Go ahead. How many sales is it going to take for you with your offer?
And this is similar to the question that we had earlier. We're going to break it down a little bit further.
And it's got to be realistic because this is going to literally make you walk away from your job. Like you'll be like, so long, boss, I'm done, right? And this is you. This is your life. This is what you do.
That's right.
Affiliate marketing full time. What's it going to take?
Drop your number in the comment. In the comment below.
Rich is going to walk you in the step-by-step approach because see, you'll see. Rich will do it.
All right, so let's see what we got.
Let me go to the chat.
Francis said, I don't have to quit my job, but to live comfortably, I need 4 all-ins.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Even if you don't have a job anymore, you're retired, you're on pension, but for you to do affiliate marketing because you want to just do affiliate marketing and you want to just bring on something extra in your life, maybe add some value, that's fine. So you said 4. Okay, that's doable, right? Okay, so she needs 4 all-ins, whatever all-in means, right?
Right. Well, it's probably like $1,000 commission.
High ticket, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 high tickets, right? So let's be real. 4 high tickets is pretty much going to be comfortable for you, okay? All right, what else? Anybody else who's watching?
Anybody else? Come on, we want participators, not spectators.
Let me see more engagement here.
Okay. I am going to answer it since Francis came out. Okay, so I'm going to share with you the number 1 mindset shift that stops people from thinking.
Oh, wait a minute.
What?
Pause.
Hello?
Jason Perez just popped on. He says 748 sales that those new teammates stay as monthly reoccurring long-time members. I got a tongue-tied to it because my mouth. Okay. Recurring long-time members. Okay, so Jason says he needs about 748. Okay, so that's a realistic number right there.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right. And what time frame? And what time frame will help you walk away from your boss? Jason, you need 748 by when? Now we know the number, but do we know the deadline?
Let's talk about the shift.
Yeah, go for the
Okay.
shift, but this
So-
is good.
So everybody, spit out numbers, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's good.
I want you to just shift your mindset for a second, and I want you to think about in terms of like quitting your job, right? Let's say you're still working at a job, or if you're retired but you still want to make some money. Stop thinking of terms of just how many people I need. But let me just start off with just covering one bill. Okay?
Keep it very simple.
Yeah, keep it very simple, guys.
Okay.
Very simple. When we think of higher numbers of what we think we need, again, going back to what I said earlier, it's more, you start to feel overwhelmed. And it's very simple to fall into that trap.
Yes.
Don't fall into that trap. Think about okay, what is my one bill? Let's talk about a car payment. So let's say your car payment is about, I don't know, $600 a month, right? Car payments seem to be a little higher nowadays than usual. So let's say your car payment is $600 a month, right? How can you think about building a business if you're not thinking about what your bills are to cover? Because of course you have to live, right? You have to, you're changing your lifestyle from going from a job, or if you're retired and you know that you have some money for certain things, you still have to have money to cover other expenses, okay? And for the retirees who have money they're already covering their bills, what about if you want to have money for something else that you don't have, and you can choose the one specific area, the one thing that will cover that specific, right? And for another example, I can say if there's a retiree out there right now that is looking to go somewhere. Let's say I want to travel to
Alaska.
right?
Yeah, I want to go on a cruise or something. I know. Hey, your mom wanted to go to Alaska now.
I like the tropics.
Yeah.
So let's say you want to go to Alaska.
Dream come true, man.
All right. Let's say you want to go to Alaska. Find out what the cost is. And this is where people who are retired who want to take a trip and stuff like that, and they got their bills covered and everything else like that. Think about that price point. Like, what does it cost? What would it cost for plane fare? Let's say it's a cruise included with that plane fare, right? It's an amazing trip that you've always dreamed of.
The Caribbean.
It could be the Caribbean. It could be Italy. It could be anywhere that you've always wanted to go, but you've just been working your whole life, and now that you're retired, you want to actually think about, spend some time with yourself, right? Treat yourself, or as a couple, if you're with somebody else, you want to go together, right? You want to have that experience, that memory, right?
With a family.
Okay? And a family as well. So think about what the price point is, put it on a spreadsheet, right? And equate the amount of sales that you need to get that. Then what you do is you take that trip, you share that experience, okay? And you create a memory for a lifetime that you'll never, ever, ever forget in your life. Now your lifestyle completely transformed and completely changed. You see, guys, what we've learned about this industry and what we learned about having complete 100% freedom, it's not always thinking about how many sales we need. It's exactly what we're trying to require, okay? Like for us, when we came to Puerto Rico, we broke everything down of what we needed, right? What is the cost for the U-Pack? What is the cost for the plane fare for 2 dogs, Angel, Ace and myself, right? My guitars that came over in the plane as well. I needed to know all of that, right?
Yeah.
So we put that in the spreadsheet. And what we did is we went to work, right? And we actually got the sales that we needed to make it happen. And here we are. We've been here since 2021, 100% completely free. Now, if you want to go back, right, because we don't like to stay in one place for a long time, we get bored, right? Again, what's the goal? How many sales do we need? This is how we're able to stay free without feeling overwhelmed. And a lot of people actually do this that understand this industry, okay? Don't overwhelm yourself thinking you need so many sales to cover. Now, I'll take a step back. If you have an offer that is a lower price point, well, you're going to need a lot more sales.
It's going to take you about those 700
okay?
some people,
This is why we're known as super affiliates and the high ticket affiliate marketing niche.
Exactly.
Because we understand high ticket and how important it is. Now, don't forget, if you're selling high ticket, it must be very valuable too. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay?
Very good, Rich.
Okay, actually, you know what? That was the last question, actually.
Now, I'm going to look at the comments, okay? So, Jason Perez says, hopefully within the year, those 700 plus sales.
Exactly. So ask yourself, what do you need for the first step, right? Keep it real with yourself. And that first step, when you take that next step, like I said, share it and create an experience for someone who wants what you have.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly.
Very, very important. don't try to take on the world. I remember that saying that goes, don't try to eat the elephant all at once, right? Just take it one bite at a time.
Right.
And you'll
right.
get to exactly where you want to go.
Yeah.
It's when we feel like it seems so far away because it's so much that we're trying to reach for too soon, right? It's very unrealistic.
Yes.
But as we grow, we learn and we expand, that's when more sales starts coming through. But we got to start somewhere.
Exactly.
We start with the first bill. We start with the first car payment. We start with the first trip. We start with the first, whatever excites you, whatever that you're here for. In other words.
And we have a comment here that says, my bills do exceed my income because I lost a pension.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Like, what is the amount of that pension that you lost? Let's say that pension is $3,000, $5,000. Look at the offer that you're promoting,
Right.
and find out, I don't know if you have high ticket or mid ticket or what you're selling, what the price point is. For example, for us, we earn $1,500 commissions on the back end.
Right.
So 2 sales is $3,000. So if I had a pension that I lost, I would focus on getting those 2 all in sales, right? Which is $1,500. So that's $3,000 that covers my pension.
2 sales.
Right? This is how you chunk it down so you can be very focused on what you're trying to accomplish. Instead of like being being tricked or being manipulated, thinking that you see someone online and they're like they've got this whole lifestyle and everything, but the reality is a lot of that is a facade.
Yeah.
So you got to really focus on what really means to you, as
Right.
far as what matters to you and what you need to accomplish for the first part
And what you can
of
control.
your journey.
Yes, and what you can control.
And what you can control.
Yes.
Exactly.
Jason says, don't get me wrong, I love my regular job, and it pays very well, very, very well, and I love saving lives every day, but I am done having several bosses. Oh my goodness.
So it's really
Can
not
we
the,
relate?
Yeah, it's not really the job. It's really the boss. I went through that. I remember
Drama.
I went through that when I was working at Best Buy, and I love what I did. Oh, the people were amazing. Customers, they
You were
loved
excellent.
me.
You were excellent.
I
at your
broke
job.
records in sales in that company, and I remember people coming to me and always giving me gifts on the holiday, bringing me cookies, teddy bears, Y2K bears. Right? I would have like $1 million investors come to me, give me tips and stuff like that. Open up their portfolio, their top
Gift
secret
cards,
stuff,
I
right?
remember.
They would share so much stuff with me because all the value that I gave them.
Yes.
Because I thought they were more important. Like the customer always comes first, and I took that to this industry, and we focus on who we're serving. Like they're first. That's what matters.
Yeah, and you follow what Jim Rome actually was preaching about becoming invaluable and unfireable. Like once you raise your value in the workplace, you would go, wait a minute, we can't fire Rich. We got to keep him. He's our best guy. Let's go fire somebody else who's not pulling their weight. That's exactly how you can be, Jason, at your job. You love your job. You love saving lives. Great. Then become that valuable asset so your boss can just go, you know what? Forget it. Like, yeah, he's a pain in the ass. He doesn't treat you right, whatever. And you got all these other bosses that are breathing down your neck and fire. But you know what? At the same time, they can't fire your butt because they know they would be in trouble by the higher ups. They still got to answer to somebody. So you're so invaluable with saving lives that they're like, Jason is our most valuable employee. We can't fire him. We got to fire somebody else. And keep doing that until the day comes that you are ready to fire all of them.
And I know it's hard too sometimes because when you love what you do, and then the boss that you have doesn't really seem to share the appreciation that other people around you, like people that you work with, sometimes colleagues can be like the opposite too. But I'll tell you, man, just keep doing you, keep doing what you do. Do it for yourself because you love it, you have passion for it. But remember, there's always going to be someone out there. They're always going to try to steal your thunder, man.
Always.
It's just the way the world works. But think about what matters to you and the way that you feel. As long as you know you're giving it your 110%, that's all that matters. But I know what you mean. There comes a time you're like, you know what? I just don't want to have a boss anymore because I just don't want that breathing down my neck anymore. I just want to have that freedom to escape that feeling of like just that negativity and everything else like that. I hated that person myself. However, my general manager loved me to death because when I left, she said, whenever you need a job, if anything ever falters, you can come back, you contact me, and I'll put you right back to work.
Yeah, you never want to leave on bad terms. You always want to have good terms because remember, you are running a business and you are an entrepreneur and you will have some times in your life where things just happen, and you know what? You have the right mindset that if you ever had to start all over again, Jason, you can start all over again.
Yeah, that's what happened to me the first time when I learned about running a business online.
Yeah.
I lost my first business. I had to go back to work. Same building, same boss, right? And, I learned from that mistake in the past
Yes.
where I know how to stay free, forever now because I really understand the concept, especially what we're explaining to you tonight.
Yes.
It really, truly does work. It really
You know what?
does.
Drop a fire emoji right now below in the comments. Like, this is fire what we're sharing with you. I don't know how many entrepreneurs would actually come clean and tell you the raw, unbridled truth about literally building a business online and then saying, hey, I was a point in my life where I had to go back to work, right? And you're telling them that.
You're just
that's pure transparency right there, man.
You're just 3 sales away.
Yeah.
You're just 3 sales away. And the
That's
great
it.
thing about it is I was able to find my boss again, and for good this time, right? and just completely changed my life.
Yeah.
And we learn through our experiences. Like we were talking earlier, people just quit too early
They
because
do.
they're just about to understand it. They're just about to hit that gold. They're about to just, go to that next level, and they just don't have the patience. They don't, they expect things too quickly, or they expect things to be a certain way, or they're unrealistic.
Yeah.
All right. Being an entrepreneur, I'll tell you guys, it's like a roller coaster. It's always up and it's always down. It's never a straight line.
Yeah.
A boss and a job, stable, straight line, right? Got your paycheck every single week. No, as an entrepreneur, your job as an entrepreneur is to produce.
Yeah.
You are a producer. You produce your own income. And that's what you must understand. And I think people get it twisted when they come from the workforce and then come online as an entrepreneur and they realize, like, it's not what I thought. It's because your mindset is still at the job expecting something, because when you work, you expect that paycheck. Don't expect the paycheck when you're an entrepreneur. Expect for you to be a producer to earn income.
Absolutely. Great point, valid point right there. That was fire right there, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely be that producer and definitely produce results. That's what
Yeah.
matters. That's what's going to
Oh,
get you
the
across
fire,
the finish
look
line.
at that.
I knew
Love
it.
love
I knew the fire emojis would come all across. Yes, definitely.
Awesome.
And the hearts. Thank you. So great that you guys
All right.
are loving this tonight. This is great stuff. Any questions that you have for us, please let us know. I mean, we're talking about something really, really important, and this is something that hits home with some of you that are actually watching us right now. If this hit home with you and you want to get something off your chest, please, by all means, talk to us. That's what we're here for. We care. We want to make sure that we guide you in the right direction.
Yes, absolutely.
To what you are going to have as far as your options. Do you stay at the job and, build a business on the side part-time until one day you can fire your boss and you can go full-time? Or maybe you don't have a job and you're literally, collecting a pension, or maybe you're about to lose the pension and you just are worried about the future and you're worried about your safety net. So what are you going to do? If you have a little money to invest, where should it go? It should go to starting a business online, especially with affiliate marketing. And your best bet is definitely high ticket.
Yeah, and you could be a stay-at-home dad, and you've been trying to do this for a while and it's not working.
Yeah.
It's because maybe you were looking at it the wrong way, and that's okay. Because when I first started, I wasn't looking at it the right way either. I had to learn it. I had to understand it, and sometimes it does take time.
It does. Yeah. It does. And guys, don't get it twisted. Okay, no one here is like a born guru. Okay, nobody's born guru. You learn, and while you earn. So you got to earn your stripes, like I always say on every show and even on stage when I talk. Earn your stripes. Get your licks in. But when you get down, get right back up, because you are going to fail, but you're going to fail forward. Keep that in mind, because we made tons of mistakes in this business. And that's another reason why we created, our own coaching program called Diamond Coaching. And it's a 6-month coaching mentorship program that literally teaches people what not to do and work with them in the level and in the zone that they are in, whether it be they want to be a published author, we can help them go ahead and launch a book.
Yep.
If they want to create their own course, we go ahead and help them launch their own course.
We have a couple of...
We teach a lot of that there, and that's important.
Yeah, we have a couple of Diamond members on our comments right now. We got Francis and Michelle, and right now I'm working with Francis on understanding the audience, understanding her customer avatar, understanding message to match the market. A lot of great stuff she's learning. All right, guys.
Jason says, I'm glad you two look better after the accident. I know not 100% yet, but you both look better. Thank you. Yes,
Thank you.
My face, the swelling, everything's going down. I
Yeah.
do feel better. You know, ribs still hurt. You know what I mean? Like you said, not 100%, right? But I'm just about halfway there, and it just takes a little time when it comes to ribs.
Yeah. For me, a lot of stuff was happening afterwards because I didn't take a break. I didn't rest even after even after that collision. I just had I couldn't stop. I had to do stuff, and then I just
Caught up to you.
Yeah, caught up to me. My body just gave out. The other day, 2 days ago, ended up with a spasm. Ended up and my shoulder still hurts from the impact.
Yeah, to put ice on it.
My head, swelling finally went down. My headaches started dissipating. Thank God. I was worried about that. But I'm glad that we're okay.
Thank you, Jason, and your prayers and thoughts are much appreciated,
yeah,
guys.
we appreciate
Thank you.
that so much. And you guys also that have sent us your messages and your thoughts and your prayers. You're not forgotten either. We want to say thank you for that as well. It really means a lot to us because that was pretty scary. It was pretty strong impact. And I'm so glad I put a steel bumper on that Jeep. Oh my God. So, all right.
Francie says, Rich is almost kissable.
Thank you.
I know.
All right, guys. So we're going to wrap things up, guys. And if you want to get mentored by Ace and Rich, and who doesn't, right? We've helped a lot of people transform in this industry over the years, and you could be next. Head on over to meetaceandrich.com, book your appointment, and we'll give you a free 20-minute consult and find out what's going on with you. What can we do to change your perception so you can start getting results in your business? Because probably the only reason why you're stuck is because you're just 3 sales away from making it. All right, guys, with that being said, my name is Rich Guzman.
And my name is Ace Guzman.
And we will see you on the next live very soon.
Bye now.
Bye, guys. Have a great weekend.